and they're talking about a British heavyweight championship fight for him in the next year or so. He says he'll be ready for it in 6 months. Now, I'll tell you one thing about him. He's bound to be a bag of nerves at this moment. He's now saying a silent prayer. He's a very religious man, a Baptist. Says prayers in the dressing room before he comes out, and again in the ring before he starts. And up against this American, Bruce Douglas, who's won 12 out of 14 at a pretty modest level in the USA. Looks a bit flabby, doesn't he?
Yes, he looks a little out of shape. Often with heavyweights, they can still get over that, and they can still be quite effective, even though they're carrying that excess poundage. He has got 12 wins in 14 fights, and they're all by the KO, so his record would suggest he does pack a little bit of a wallop.
Last time out, Douglas went into world-class opposition and went in with Brian Nielsen, the Dane, and he was knocked out in a round. Oh, and there's some nastiness between them there, with Williams saying, "Don't try that man." I could hear that from here. The Douglas, who was doing some work on the inside that Williams certainly did not appreciate.
He didn't, and Douglas had to take a heavy right hand inside for whatever he was doing wrong.
Now, I wonder whether that will just spur Williams to produce something extra destructive. 7 of his 10 wins so far have been inside 2 rounds, and a particularly good one was over Michael Murray.
Right. Step back. Step back.
Well, Douglas just looks as if he's trying to bore his way in and throw overhand punches. Doesn't look technically very good. He's certainly got his eyes shut as he's trying to throw some of these punches. That was a beautiful body punch went in from Williams.
And that hurt Douglas. He winced. Douglas, who's from Georgia, same state as Evander Holyfield. Not quite in the same condition, though.
No, certainly not. I think similarities end with Georgia.
Weighing 17.2 here, and Williams 17.3½. Good body shot again from him. That weight of Williams surprises me. I spoke to him on Thursday. He said he'd be weighing about 18 stone, which he did last time, and that was a big leap up in weight for him. I just wonder whether that was an accurate weight we got last time.
Well, I have been impressed with Williams in the past. He's making a little bit of a slow start, having a look at Douglas, just trying to work out the style, but he'd let go with a good right hand there.
Fast hands, a great left hook, and that jumps Douglas down. This is not going to last very long. Counts at 8. He's only just about made it. He got up at about 8.5 with some reluctance, Bruce Douglas, and Williams may put him away here inside a round. I do like his hand speed, Danny Williams.
He's got good hand speed, good variety. Technically, he's a very good boxer, and I think that's good for a heavyweight.
And Douglas is very glad to hear the bell to end the round. Jimmy Tibbs working with him, and Danny Williams, who has no self-confidence at all. He says, so far, you've only seen about 30% of how good I really am. I just can't seem to produce it in the ring.
Yes, well, he certainly showed a good left hook there. I think that is an obvious problem, but he's still young, and he just needs to mature a little bit. But he does have a little bit of problem with self-confidence.
But it's good that he's that self-critical, isn't it? Apparently, in sparring, he can look $1 million sometimes, I hear.
Well, it's good that he's self-critical, as long as that doesn't start to hamper his performances, and he doesn't worry himself too much in the dressing room. He's got to do his best work.
Comes from Brixton. Well, this might just be another quick finish from Danny Williams. I've always liked the look of him, I must say.
Yes, he's got a good relaxed style. Technically, he does things in a very correct manner, and he's got the nice fast hands and puts his punches together well.
Oh, a very sharp left hook in there as well. And Douglas looks out of his league here, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. You really can't see what Douglas has got that's gonna bother Danny Williams. Again, a thudding right hand goes in.
He's very tired already, Douglas. There's some facial damage. Grant Wallace, the referee, just taking a slightly closer look at him. Williams trying to find the angle for some uppercuts on the inside. He's sparred with Scott Welsh and Henry Akinwande in his time and held his own. He just got caught there on the move by that left from the American.
Well, Douglas finally gets a success with a wild-looking left hook. But now he's starting to work a little bit inside. Douglas just trying to upset Williams, just to get him out of his style a little bit.
By the way, Danny Williams' next appearance is scheduled to be on the big Nash show at Madison Square Garden. He's got to win this first.
Well, I think at this point Williams needs to just get back to his box and get behind the jab, look for his openings again, not concentrate on finding the big punch. Maybe a little bit of inexperience in finishing.
Oh, even the jab seemed to wobble the American, and the follow-up right hand did even more damage. I don't think that Douglas is going to be able to go on. He doesn't seem to know where he is. This is over. It has to be over. That's worrying. He's totally disorientated. The fight is over in round 2, and Danny Williams makes it 11 wins out of 11, and he was always in command there. But slightly worrying.
It's a little bit disturbing.
Reaction, wasn't it?
His reaction was, he was sort of running around on his knees as if he'd lost something. And
well, I thought he was looking for his gum shield to begin with.
Well, it looked as if he was looking for help from somewhere. He was looking over to his corner, and then he turned around and came over to us. And it was a disturbing scene. So obviously he was caught by some heavy shots from Danny Williams,
who's done the job quicker than Brian Nielsen, the world-rated Dane, did last time. Correction, 1 round more. Misreading my notes here, 1 round for Nielsen, 2 rounds for Williams. But he did it quickly anyway. He said hastily, covering his tracks.
He did it well. I think he could have done a little bit quicker. He finally got back to his boxing, used the jab, got that little bit of room, and then let his combination go. And that's what he needed. There's the good jab. That one upset Douglas. He didn't know where he was there. The jab went in again, the right hand, and that was enough.
And he was never going to get up, Bruce Douglas. He's not the best quality opponent, let's face it, is he, that Danny Williams is ever going to face. You could read too much into this kind of thing, but he couldn't have done the job much better than that.
He couldn't have done much better. It was a very good performance, and really that's all he needs at this time. He's still young, he's still gaining experience, and you know, he needs wins and needs to keep building up the self-confidence, but that was good enough from Danny Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 19 seconds of the second round, with Bruce Douglas failing to beat the referee's count of 10, the winner by count out, Danny Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciations, please, Bruce Douglas.
Douglas hopelessly outgunned here tonight in Bristol then. Williams making it 11 straight wins, 9 by knockout. And yet again, we come away from a Danny Williams performance saying not remotely extended. Nicky Piper mentioned it earlier, Barry, that he's done everything asked of him so comfortably so far. Did he look as comfortable again tonight?
Oh, without a doubt. What he did show us tonight, he got caught with a good shot. He got hit with the guy, although he wasn't in great condition, he's a banger. And he showed us that he could finish the job when he has a guy in trouble, which is very impressive.
OK, more from Barry in a moment. Let's get a word with Danny with Ian Dark.
Well, Danny, you're always telling me that you never produce your best performances in the ring. Were you happier with yourself tonight?
No, that still wasn't as good as I can fight. But all praise is due to the Most High. I got through it. I can fight a lot better. I spar a lot better. In sparring, I'm a much better fighter. Much better fighter.
So why is that? Are you too nervous? What is it?
Yeah, it's nervous, and I've got a lot of pressure on me. Always to look good and to win, and it backfires. It makes me perform not as good as I can.
So what was wrong with your performance there? You seem to do the job clinically enough to us.
Well, not enough work. I was looking a bit too much, and I was a bit weary of his swings, but thank God I got through.
So where does it go from here? They're talking about Madison Square Garden. Have you heard this talk? You fighting on the Prince Nassim Hamed show there? That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks to Frank Warren. He got me that show, and I'm really glad about it. I'm looking forward to it. Well excited about it.
Do you know who you're going to be fighting there yet?
No, probably another American.
That's an exciting prospect because, of course, that's the mecca of boxing. All the big names through history have fought at Madison Square Garden, and now Danny Williams is going to be there.
That's right, and only my 11th fight, Frank's put me out there, so he must think that I'm worth it, and I hope to prove him right.
How far do you feel you are away from a British heavyweight championship shot?
Well, the way I spar, I'm ready now, but the way I'm performing, maybe 6-8 months away. That's all it is basically getting more confidence, and I should be ready. With more confidence, I should be ready.
Do you think this confidence thing, the lack of self-confidence that you seem to have, could hold you back somewhere down the line?
Definitely. But it will all come together. The better the opponent I fight, the better I just perform. It will just come out. But I seem to sometimes go down to people's levels, my opponent's level.
Because you've sparred with some of the top guys and done okay, haven't you?
Sorry?
You've sparred with a lot of the top guys and done okay, haven't you?
Yeah. I sparred with Scott Welsh, Julius, Emraka one day, Herbie Hyde, and I've done well against all of them.
One other fight that a lot of people are beginning to talk about is you against Pele Reid, the other sort of rising prospect. You like that to happen?
Yeah, I would love it to happen, because everywhere I go, even I get fan mail and people saying, oh, you and Pele Reid will be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to prove who's the better fighter, but Pele's an excellent fighter, I'm also, so if Frank wants to get on, I'll be glad with it.
OK, we look forward to seeing you when you really are happy with yourself. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Brixton, Mum, Dad, Sylvan Otis Princess, nice one.